Hi, I'm Alex Trussler, creative director here at Collision Comedy. If you've seen some of our videos, you'll know we're responsible for shots such as this, or this, or maybe this. You might be wondering, where do we come up with our ideas for our videos? Well, to tell you the truth, we steal them. And there's no shame in that. What's the best way to learn something? Watch the professionals. Well, now Collision Comedy is going to commit to the bit. My creative partner and director of photography, Trey Cochran, has collected samples from popular cinema of a film technique that we can steal and recreate for a sketch that we're going to write tonight. The catch? I have no idea what he's about to show me. But I'm about to find out, and you're going to find out with me. This is Scene Thieves. All right, here we are.
Alex,
Trey,
I bring to you today several things.
Yeah, what do you got for me?
All right.
First, can I ask, what are we doing today?
I'm showing you some videos about the dolly zoom.
The dolly zoom.
That's one of my favorite camera effects. The first one I'm going to show you today is from Jaws. You ever seen Jaws?
You know what? I haven't seen Jaws.
Really?
I mean, I know of it.
It's about a shark.
Is it? Yeah, no, I know what it's about. I never got around to it. I kind of feel embarrassed by that now.
You should. We're going to watch this part now. So this is like when the shark is discovered. And there it is. That was the dolly zoom right there.
On the guy's face there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with it? Are you familiar with how they accomplish that effect?
Right, so you're physically moving the camera closer to your subject while also zooming in on the lens, is that correct?
Very close. You can do it one of two ways. You're physically moving the camera in while you're zooming out, or you're physically moving the camera out while you're zooming in. Gotcha. And in that one, they were moving the camera in while zooming out because it started with a telephoto look and ended with a wide angle look. And we'll see which direction they did the second one.
All right, what's next, Trey?
So what's next is Lord of the Rings, and I don't know which one.
You don't know which one?
It's the one that I've seen like twice personally, though.
Lord of the Rings is great.
Yeah, and this is when, do you remember that dark horse evil guy?
Yes, yes, the Nazgul.
Yeah, this is when he shows up.
This is Fellowship of the Ring, Trey. This is the first film.
It's the first one. I've seen it twice, so it's the first and second for me.
No. No.
But yeah, it's a quick shot right there, and it's...
Wow, yeah, it kind of gives like a sort of tunnel vision effect. Like that's the sort of words I'm thinking.
Yeah, so it's tunnel vision. It's meant to be disorienting. It came from, it was Hitchcock who basically invented the technique for the film Vertigo. And he invented it to invoke disorientation, as well as he's known for his suspense, so it's kind of got a little bit of suspense factor in there. So this is how they used it in Vertigo.
This is like the original.
And also this dude is very afraid of heights.
Okay. Such the name Vertigo, I guess.
Yes, yes. And the dolly zoom is also often referred to as the Vertigo shot.
Right.
Or the Vertigo effect.
There it is.
Yeah, and it's very short, and it's funny. I think they actually use the exact same shot again, like 2 seconds later.
Yep. It looks exactly the same. Just the same shot. But yeah, it's making, so yeah, we're seeing like the background sort of elongate. So it's like it makes it feel like,
yeah, that one's a bit harder to place. I think they're moving the camera down and zooming out on that one because the background is appearing to go farther away. It appears like a bigger drop than it really is.
It does a crazy thing. It's very subtle. Like you don't, as a viewer, if you're not paying attention to that stuff, it's just, it puts you in that position. You feel the same thing that the character is feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Causing that disorientation and possibly suspense. I think later people did suspense better than that, but
yeah, but you gotta give it to the classics because that's how we you know, like Hitchcock comes up with half the shit we do today in films.
That's very true. Yeah. He really pioneered a lot. Did you know he actually made one of the first 3D films?
First 3D? I feel like I heard that somewhere.
It was called Dial M for Murder, and he shot it with like 2 cameras, and in order to view it in 3D, they had to play the film back like completely synchronously, and it was just so like complicated to, I mean, he had already filmed it, you know, they had done that part already, but to play it back was so complicated that they just basically said, fuck it. Like, they showed it like once that way.
Just a complex gimmick at the time.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Hey, decades later, now we have 3D, and it's still a complex gimmick that nobody likes.
Yeah, exactly. But at least Hitchcock tried.
He tried. So we've got like this effect that it's used to build suspense. I'm kind of noticing a pattern. Like, some of them are kind of like a specific event is happening or about to happen, and there's like a reaction in that. And then there's also like sometimes coupled with like a presentation of new information.
It's kind of a bit of like a mind fuck situation.
Right.
Where somebody's having a big, like, overwhelming realization.
Yeah. So if we're gonna make some sort of video that uses that effect, keeping in line with those themes, learning a new piece of information, either about to, or you just have, or it's happening in that moment, and we're making the audience get in the perspective of the character that's learning that information and reacting to it.
Yeah, we gotta surprise someone.
All right, that sounds like an interesting challenge.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me.
All right, let's get to it. All right, we're officially starting.
We've done it, boys.
All right.
Oh, I can talk about the gear.
Yeah, why don't you tell us?
All right, so we're shooting on a Canon R5, boys. I've got an ND filter. It's a K&F concept one. And I've got a Helios 44-2 lens. It's a Russian lens from like the 50s or something. And we're gonna be using that for basically the shots that are not the dolly zoom shot. The dolly zoom shot will either use that lens, 16-35, or this lens, 24-105. So this is at a bit of an angle. When we drew it, I imagined it more straight on, but I think this looks better. So we'll have me roughly in front of where Rehse is, and you there.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
We're gonna have your path of motion, where you end, and where I am, and it roughly aligns with the rule of thirds.
All right. You need to know your line.
I do. I am notoriously terrible at acting. Yeah. Hey man, I know you've been working really hard lately. I figured today I'd go ahead and get some dinner for you.
Wonderful.
All right. Now I gotta remember.
Now, yeah.
Hey man, I know you've been working really hard lately. I'm hoping.
It is 2 sentences.
Yeah. I think we're about ready to just run through it,
Yeah.
right?
So we're gonna do the whole script from the wide angle.
Rehse, you're gonna say action.
Okay.
I can say action. I'm supposed to be.
Action!
All right.
Hey buddy, I know you've been working really hard lately, so I decided to get you some dinner. I like it. Let's do a safety take of the master shot, because that is our cut back to if all goes wrong shot. Hey bud, I know you've been working real hard lately, so I decided to get you some dinner. Yeah, I think we're good. We're good on the master shot. But we're done with this camera position, I believe.
Yeah.
So I've just got you, nice center frame, in focus, nothing too complex. Give me your range of motion. All right. I love the way this shot looks. You tell me.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
This shot, right? We're gonna just get you sitting down.
Sitting down, and I've got the one line.
Yeah, and just be like sad.
We've got the camera in an interesting position here. Trey, why don't you explain what's going on?
I put the camera upside down. We wanted to get a somewhat of a downward shot where my arms are sliding this across the table. And in order to accomplish that, either someone was gonna have to hold the camera, or I was gonna have to go like around the camera, or we just make sure there's enough space under it so that I can move perfectly fine. This and the dolly zoom shot will probably be the only shots where we use the 24-105, but this shot, We're all the way down to f8 because we need like that deep depth of field. So overall, a very different shot to all the other ones we've been doing, but I think it looks pretty good.
And everything he just explained is for a shot that will probably last maybe 3 seconds. All right, you're good now. You're out of frame. And then your hands are in frame. Good.
Perfect.
Great.
All right, so it's shot of the day time.
Yeah.
We got the zoom down. Zoom, pretty easy. Dolly, no dolly. So
Yeah, that's true. We don't actually own like a dolly, so we got to come up with a different way to produce the same effect.
I'm gonna be basically doing this to stay as stable as possible. After I land, give it like 1 beat, right? And then say your line.
Yeah. Say, if you could like say something, like say go or something, and then I'll add.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go. So let's just do that one more time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say go a little sooner. All right, 3, 2, 1. Go. You ready?
Yeah.
Go. I actually like that one. Do you want to look at it?
Yeah.
Cutting on you.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
I think one of those.
Yeah. I think between everything we've done, I think one of them will work, so I can say we've got it. Yeah, so that's a wrap for this little skit we've got going on, and
Yeah.
we're gonna go away, put it together, and
Yeah, we'll edit the skit, review it, and talk about what we learned.
all right. See you soon. All right. We've got our video, our sketch.
Yes, we finished the dolly zoom bit.
Yeah, so we're ready to take a look at what we managed to produce. This is shrimp fried rice.
Hey man, I know you've been working really hard lately, so I thought I'd get you some dinner.
Oh, thanks, man. What'd you get me?
Shrimp fried rice. Shrimp fried rice.
Shrimp fried rice?
Shrimp fried rice. Shrimp fried rice.
Are you telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
No.
Yeah, I think that worked out pretty well, especially seeing as like we had to pull off the dolly zoom effect without actually having a dolly.
I think it worked well too. If I were to do it again, I would actually shoot the dolly zoom bit at a different shutter angle. I would want to be at a higher shutter speed even though we're shooting at the same frame rate, because if you'll notice during that shot, the movement, there's a lot of motion blur that becomes visible due to the fact that we had to stabilize it in post because we didn't have a dolly.
Right.
And if we were shooting at a faster shutter speed, then it would have reduced that motion blur.
Another thing we could consider in the future is we don't have an actual dolly, but we could potentially, if someone wanted to do that effect, they might be able to makeshift some sort of DIY thing that will work well enough. And if you got like enough people to help you out, that might also
Yeah,
help make
if you're
that
a bit
work.
craftier than we, then you might be able to create a dolly.
But hopefully we've shown that you can still get a very similar effect just by doing it, like practicing it a number of times and using some of those editing effects.
Yes, it was a very simple story, but I think we managed to convey, absolute confusion.
Yeah, I think that worked out. I'm fairly proud of what we came away with.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I think it tells the story the way we wanted to tell it, and I'm ready to keep doing that.
Yeah, I think we're ready to close the book on this one and move on to the next project.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed.
Did you like this video? Make sure to subscribe to Collision Comedy for new episodes of Seeing Thieves every month. In the meantime, why don't you click on this guy over here? This video is pretty funny. And hey, leave a like, leave a comment. Go follow us on social media. Find me in person, on the street. Talk to me. I dare you. Try it.